It's the Oklahoma City Lancers taking on San Diego.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between our visitors and the Oklahoma City Lancers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Oklahoma City team as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 122 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They go play action here on first down. This is Reese on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Back to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On second down, they'll run it here. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. And there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3 psychologically. Maybe a win for the defense.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll try to run this one in. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Finding room at midfield. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 59 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Second and 3.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now back to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Red Dragons are back within a score.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's
in trouble, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Reese. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Now he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able.
Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him, throw that challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the bye.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old-school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So for Kevin Stefanski, a smart decision to throw the flag. The extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And his kick is indeed good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd and 4.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and inches. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got it. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The throw over the middle taken in. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lancers take a 3-touchdown lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. His throw's going to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2nd and 2. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To keep the drive alive. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they bring out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Second and 11. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking for White on the deep ball. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. to try it here. He's back to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that is incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll start with the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback, 29 yards. And the Lancers are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He'll drop to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Red Dragons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is down to 24. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at... Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. One last shot at the end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the home team here, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.